What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, you're watching TWA Motorsports, and today we're going to continue the progress on the red truck. Hopefully we're going to be getting either the transmission out or the fuel system loose or something. We're going to do something here, but before I do that, I have hooked the battery back up, hoping that it works, and we are going to grab my laptop, which is sitting right here, and I'm going to attempt to grab the tune out of this thing. Now, will I use it? I don't know, but it may make a good bass tune if I use similar combo in something else. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's plug this into the OBD2 port and let's see if we can read this thing. Now, once we get everything plugged in, I'm still using this old school cable. Should have power, which I do, which is good. This is actually a file for the Tahoe that didn't work. I've got to send him a message back. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign, guys. Oh, this may or may not work. It's acting like it may work. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to close this file because it's obviously not working. We're going to hit read. I don't have a lot of faith here. Let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? We'll break the computer, right? Probably going to happen. It's not looking promising. A lot of stuff flashing. I keep getting this invalid application key. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I went up here. Green, gathering info, says it knows what it is. We're going to attempt to read it. It may break the computer. So this process sometimes takes a while. It says it's going to take 2 minutes. Sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's slower. All your lights in the dash are going to go wonky. I will tell you guys, sometimes this older cable is kind of weird. So what I had to end up doing is if you go up to help and resync, under the help section, there's a resync option. I hit the resync, connected to Wi-Fi, seems to be working now. Sometimes it loses its connection for some reason. I don't have any idea why, but it does. So finicky HP tuner stuff. But anyway, I'm going to take this file out, save it. Like I said, if we use this down the road, we'll use it. If not, we don't, but I have it, right? The next thing we're going to do is hopefully get this thing off the ground. I'm going to clean up some of my mess that I made under the hood by taking the coolant lines loose. And we're going to see if we can get the drive shaft out. I think that's where I want to start. I may start under the hood. I don't know. I don't really know at this point. But we need to continue this kind of part out process. Got the tune all saved. Like I said I was going to. Guys, I think I may have found an option here. Remember I told you it's cracked, and it's cracked all the way around. It's actually cracked there. It's starting to crack there. Pretty terrible design on the early on-3 stuff, but may have something coming. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go under the hood, or do we want to try to get the transmission out? First of all, I'm pretty sure that the dipstick is held by nothing. I cut the zip tie. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. The transmission, let's smell that. It looks pretty burned. Oh, yeah, we are toast. I mean, this thing was shifting fine. If you just kept your foot out of it, look how bent up that is. That ain't gonna work. We wouldn't reuse that anyway, but yeah, the thing shifts fine at like part throttle. So you can drive it down the road, second gear. I think I got transmission fluid on my nose. Shifts through second. The minute you try to come in with any kind of boost, like let's say you're coming up on first and it's getting ready to hit second, you let out. If it's got too much, it kind of misses. But if you let completely out, let it shift slow, under no throttle, shifts fine, goes third, fourth. But anyway, that transmission's toast. It was a stock transmission. He didn't think it was gonna last. It's not like, I mean, look guys, I know a lot of people think you can just throw a junkyard for a lady and stuff and it worked, but it's not always the case. Let's get this thing up in the air. I think I do want to start underneath. Got it up in the air, got a couple screw jacks under it to make me feel better. We're gonna start back here and we're gonna see if we can get, these generally are 11 millimeters. So hopefully we can get those out. If we can, then we'll probably, this looks like a slip joint, should be able to get that thing out with a pry bar, but I'm going to try to show you guys this progress. I know I've been kind of like, my light's killing it here. I know I've been kind of cheating you, right? I kind of show you something, then I never show me taking it apart. I'm going to try to do a little better at that. I'm not going to say I'm perfect, But I used to show you guys a lot more of the process. I'm gonna try to do more of that again. Let's get that drive shaft out. So you can see, got that drive shaft out, got it sitting right there, and it did come off the end of this. But I'm gonna work my way forward now. I'm not gonna cut in. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys in a time lapse of me, see if we can get it loose from this bar. Like I said, this is not the factory setup. This truck used to be 4-wheel drive. So we're gonna see if we can either, might be able to actually get up in there and get those guys loose, pull this the rest of the way out, and then work our way up towards the transmission, and then we'll swing the transmission jack over here and continue our progress. So obviously I took the starter out, I drained the transmission. Luckily it has a drain pan in it. That'll keep crap from getting all over the floor. But I just saw something. I don't have a ton of light up there, but I want to look. It looks like that oil pan's cracked. Do you guys see that? I don't know if it's been cut. That thing is cracked. You see that crack in there? I don't know if it got dropped. I mean, I don't think it affects anything. But I just saw that because I'm getting ready to spin the motor over and get the converter bolts out, or try to anyway. And I saw that and I'm like, oh crap, that's not good. That's no bueno. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. But at this point, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to show you. I may try to drag the camera over here, get the oil to stop, and let you guys see me take the converter bolts out. There's 6 of them. And so I'm gonna put a 24 millimeter on the crank, and then we will attempt to turn it, take one out, turn it, take one out, and so on and so forth. I figured this would be a good time because I've got transmission fluid rolling all over the floor from my lines. Not a big deal, it'll clean. I've got everything loose other than the bolts that actually hold the transmission in. So if you'll notice, when you get this thing down far enough, you should have There's one in like the 3 o'clock position, then let's say the 2. There is not one there. There's one in the middle up top, so this is a newer bell housing. And then we move over to the other side, and we should have, actually there should be one up there, but there's not. There's one at about the 11 o'clock and one at about the 9 o'clock position. You can see those. You could access those from down below, but what I'm gonna do is I've got everything loose, all the wiring off the transmission, you guys saw that. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling these bolts out a little at a time. You can see I've got my transmission cross member, or the cross member's out. We've got the jack stand in the way. Now that I've got the lines off, I'll probably loop the chain around just for added safety. And let's see if we can get some of these bolts out. And just like that, transmission's out. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts holding it in, which is fine. That's all that holds in a 700, or sorry, a turbo 400, I believe. Cool thing is this is a decent, or a newer transmission. You could tell the early Ford L80s had the feed and the return right here together. The older ones had them staggered like this. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but they say the cases are stronger here, but the internals are stronger in the earlier ones. I don't know if that's true or not, but the earlier ones also do not have a 12 o'clock bell housing bolt, so that's another way to tell. But hey, we got it out of here, right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to clean up my mess off camera and probably drape some of this wire up kind of into the frame rail maybe, so it's out of the way, maybe even zip tie it to some things. But then we'll go back under the hood after we set this thing down. A lot of cleanup to do though. On to under the hood. I think what we're going to work on here is I'm going to set you guys up on the other camera. We're going to work at getting belt off, 15 millimeters out of the alternator, probably get it out of the way. Work on getting throttle cable loose, injectors loose, probably go ahead and take the coil packs off. We'll just see. I'd really like to get that fuel pressure regulator off, and I don't know what else. I don't know where this other line goes to. Maybe that's a vent. I guess it's a vent. But yeah, I'd like to get the remainder of that stuff off. I'd love to get the top of the engine completely off, but we'll see how far we get. It's kind of hard to tell what I'm doing with that other camera. Some of it stopped filming. I've got issues with that camera, but I got the fuel rail off. It had some spacers in it. You can see right there. And it looks like Deca injectors. I'm gonna have to run the numbers on them. It's not a name brand, I don't believe, but anyway, I've got everything out of the way. All I need to do now is take the 8 millimeters out that hold the intake in place, and we should be able to lift that guy out of place. I was also able to get all of the Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator out, or loose. He just put a loop basically in the system, so he's bypassing, I'm assuming, whatever was in the pump, because those are stock lines. Let's see if we can get those bolts out and at least get the intake off. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try a new tool that I got. So I got a harmonic balancer, a weighted 24 millimeter, and they say it works great on an impact. I'm going to give it a shot real quick and see if by chance it will loosen that bolt. If it doesn't, then we'll just have to put the flywheel locking tool in. You guys have seen that before, but if it does, that'd be really exciting. I'm also going to off camera take the 15 millimeters out that hold the tensioner in place here. And then I'm going to take the 10 millimeters out that hold the water pump on, so we can go ahead and make our mess in the floor that we know we're going to make. And yeah, just is what it is. Anyway, let's go grab that, because I want to see in real time. I want to show you guys. I'm going to try to hold the camera with one hand and go grab that weighted 24. This thing is heavy. You can see. Will it work though? I don't know. Oh, baby. New favorite tool. You guys know how many times I've had to lift one of these up and put a flywheel locking tool on that? Weighted 24. I'll list this in the description. You can get it several places, but I think I got this off Amazon. It was relatively cheap, worth every penny. Look at that. All right, now off camera, I'm gonna take this other stuff off, let that drip overnight. Got that water pump off. Actually didn't make as much of a mess as I thought it would. Still drip some. Gaskets are still there. Those are mellings. I hate mellings. But anyway, you could kind of see the steam port vent there. I got part of that off earlier. I didn't talk about that. This guy goes up to here, and then one goes from there to the throttle body and over here to the vent. It's like teed in 50 places. But anyway, guys, this is where I'm going to stop. We got a lot accomplished in this video. We got the transmission out sitting here. Still deciding what I'm going to do with that. Am I going to have it rebuilt? Where are we going to go with it? I've got some ideas. Full of ideas. Not a lot of time, but lots of ideas. Anyway, we got transmission out. We got a majority of the engine taken out. Hopefully in the next video on this thing, we can have the motor out. And then I don't know. I'm going to have to spend at least a day out here trying to manipulate where I want to put stuff until I'm ready to use it in other places. I'm selling some stuff. I've already sold a few little odds and ends pieces off this truck. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please, like always, smash that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed, go down and hit the subscribe. Of course, like always, ring that bell notification. That will notify you every single time we drop a new video on this or anything else. Stay tuned to see what we work on next.